Welcome to the Daily Beast podcast. I'm Joanna Coles, Chief Content Officer of the Daily Beast.
And I am Samantha Bee, Chief Content Officer of our new Liberation Day festivities. What do you have planned, Joanna? We're going to be liberated from $10 eggs and catapulted into a world of $18 eggs. I'm so excited for it.
I'm going to be eating 25% more carbs.
I think that's a wise decision.
Well, this week we're doing things a little differently. We are coming to you from the incredible Zero Bond Social Club in the heart of Soho in New York City. Actually, that's not quite right. We're actually in NoHo, where we are recording our first ever live podcast in front of a real audience. And for those who don't yet know, who aren't regular listeners, each week Sam and I download on the biggest stories that come out of the Daily Beast.
Yes.
And we're often joined by some of our illustrious reporters, as well as our Beasts of the Week, where we go in depth with incredible guests, like the Pod Save America guys. We've had John Oliver, Mika Brzezinski, Jim Gaffigan, Isaac Mizrahi, Michael Wolff, James Carville, Adam Grant.
We've had Senator Cory Booker, who is still talking. He's still talking. How many minutes away is he from beating the record? I think he's like 15 minutes away.
He may have already.
Oh, he may have already done it.
15 minutes.
He's 15 minutes away. He's been speaking for 24 hours straight. Oh, God, I love Cory Booker so much.
I think we inspired him when he came on the podcast. He talked a lot then.
That's it.
I think he was like, I like this talking thing. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, it was us for sure.
I think so.
Oh, he has such a big heart. My goodness.
I mentioned that last week we interviewed Amber Ruffin.
We did.
About her plans to perform at the White House Correspondents.
We did.
And what happened?
She was summarily uninvited to the event, and I don't think, I think je ne regrette rien. She does not feel badly about it. She's talked about it on Seth Meyers, and she made comments on our podcast, and people took issue with them, even though I think they were very valid comments, and the White House Correspondents Association took a very weak position and uninvited her, and then pretended like that had been in the works for a long time, and it really has been very uninspiring, actually. That's quite uninspiring. I was quite angry.
Yeah, it was strangely unrobust of them to uninvite her, having told everybody how excited they were to have her.
Yes, unrobust is a great way to describe it. And you know, I'm not 100% sure what the association does as an association, but I know that they do fund lots of journalism scholarships every year. And I have to say that if I was a student of journalism right now, I would look at their actions and think, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what a position to take in this time. We need a serious association that is unafraid to stand for something, to take risks, and here we are. I don't know. What do you want this event to be? Why does this event exist? Is this event an anachronism? I believe it is.
I don't believe it's an anachronism, and I think one of the important things, and one of the things that differentiates America from other countries, is that actually it's one of the rare occasions, it's the only day in the year where the president sits in a room and is prepared to be roasted by a comedian.
Okay, well,
and
not
that's
this
the
one.
difference. Right,
Yeah.
not this one, but that's the difference between a democracy and autocracy, right?
Right.
What was the first thing Putin did?
Well, he shut down, they literally stormed a recording studio and shut down a puppet show, a satirical puppet show that made fun of him. You know, one of the first things they all do is shut down the comedians. So here we are, once again.
The last bastion of freedom. Zero
That's
Bond.
right.
Social club in NoHo. Don Lemon is already heckling us from the audience.
He broke the record.
He just broke
At
the
7:18, it's 7:24.
Inspired by you, Joanna Coles. Cory Booker did it.
Go Cory.
Yep.
Go Cory. So I just need to know what you've been doing since I last saw you. Just come back from Paris. You'd eaten a wheel of brie every day, and you climbed a mountain of baguettes.
You kiss the morning. You kiss the morning with a wheel of camembert. That's how you greet the day. I'm back from Paris, but you were doing something so much more interesting. You were at a big, like, high-powered huddle somewhere at an undisclosed location. You choppered to the top of a mountain with all of these very huge people. Tell me what you were doing without saying too much. We don't want you to be we don't want you to be disappeared off the streets, as is happening, seemingly.
It really is happening, isn't it? Are there any people with tattoos here? Because if there are, you may get arrested while we're sitting here. I'm just saying, especially facial tattoos. I'm glad you had yours lasered off. I was with various members of the cabinet and some senior people in the tech world, and I will say that I came away thinking that this is about radical change. There is no incrementalism here, and that the White House is filled with people, and the executive buildings are filled with people who are giddy with power. Giddy with power.
I need to personally backtrack because I don't even know why this event would exist. So can you just describe, how much can you say about it, and why a huddle like this would occur outside of DC or outside of any kind of major city? What was it for? Is it a think tank, like a get-together?
Yeah, it was a kind of think tank, and powerful people like to hang out with other powerful people, and celebs like to hang out with celebs because they think that regular people don't count anymore. And it was a very interesting insight into the excitement of the business community, which is overlooked in the arrival of Donald Trump, and extreme frustration, which I certainly share a little bit, of how the Biden administration was not friendly to business and never met an amendment to a law they didn't want to insert, and this feeling that business is massively constrained by huge over-regulation in America and the difficulty of getting anything done.
Well, tell me what a think tank is for when everything is really just directed by the whims of one person. What is able to be accomplished by just having smart or, successful people all together in a seed bank in an underground lair? I assume it was in some type of
I think
lair.
I think it's really aimed at the deep bureaucracy, and Elon Musk addressed the group, and he was very clear that they're trying to figure out they're trying to figure out the deficit.
I got a bubble in my stomach.
And they're believers. These are believers in the Trump methodology, and very frustrated under the previous government.
God, did they try to pull you into a curtained room and brand you or anything like that? Was there any?
There was no Handmaid's Tale behaviour.
Oh my!
But it was an insight into just the excitement with which a whole new group of people are going into Washington to make radical change.
Well, radical change is certainly happening. I'm just trying to imagine you with this Daily Beast podcast. How many people did you ask to be on the podcast? Be honest.
Well, I asked everybody I met to be on the podcast, and they all looked kind of horrified.
They
backed away. They backed away. They were like, stay away from me. I was one of two journalists there, so it was very interesting from my point of view.
Really?
And and there is no sense of any real opposition, and they're going to get on with it.
Okay, so they feel totally enabled, very excited for all of the chaos, but how can they? The thing that I really just don't understand is how business leaders could be so excited for all of the chaos, for the tariffs, for the day of liberation, which I can't even say with
I'm
a
not
straight
sure
face.
they are excited for the chaos. I don't think anybody wants chaos, but they are excited for change. They're excited for a rolling back of regulations that people feel have really stopped them from innovating. And there is extreme anxiety that the Chinese are... there were all sorts of discussions about AI, which were very interesting. David Sachs was there, Sam Altman was there, Reid Hoffman was there, a lot of people talking about AI, and the feeling that China is 3 months behind, not 2 years behind, and that if America doesn't get its shit together, it will be obliterated in the AI war.
So what was the overwhelming feeling that you, I don't understand the circles that you roll in.
Well,
I am not party to those conversations at all.
I mean,
Oh my God.
well, what's interesting is hanging out with Sam. Sam says, well, the law will protect us.
No,
you know,
I don't.
Well,
I
you do
don't
a little
think
bit. You
it's-
do. You
I
talk
want
about...
it to protect us. I don't think it's going to.
There was no recognition that this was anything other than a radical mandate for change, and that's what they're doing.
That's what there's no apology, no bad feeling, no
Why
second
would they
guessing.
apologise? They got elected. They're moving forward, and we've got this AI coming at us, and everybody's trying to figure out how fast we are going to be able to incorporate it into corporate life, into government, into everything.
Life goes on for these people. It just does not touch them at all. Real life does not touch them in any way. It feels to me like, I'm so sorry, we're doing this in front of an audience and I'm taking it down to such a note, but like, there's no empathy, there's no human emotion flowing out of that. There's no thought. Is there any thought or any conversation
Yeah, there's a lot of thought about how much money there is to be made. There is a lot of thought about how much money and how much opportunity there is.
Oh, God, the aliens had an opportunity to beam everyone onto a spaceship and they missed it.
Well, Elon did say we will be on Mars in 10 years.
Just
And he
him.
did say that he would
Him
be...
and him alone.
And he did say he would
Go
do this
there.
for 3 more months and then he was done. 3 more months and then he was done.
3 more months of the chaos that he is sowing.
3 more months of
Across-
his chainsaw.
3 more months, that's 90 full days. That's a lot more damage that can be done. Psychically, also, there's psychic damage being done. So no thought of consequences, just a whole lot of thinking about money. I've done it all wrong. I think about consequences eternally. I think about it all the time. It actually, I find it, I'm sweating from places I didn't know I could sweat from just having this conversation.
Okay, now you're talking in front of an audience. They
I
won't
know.
want to hear about you sweating,
I know.
but they do want to hear about Don Lemon sweating.